Warm welcome to Aktiedagen, and my warm welcome also to CEO Jussi Tähtinen. You are working with Nitro Games. Hello, Jussi.
And what that means is basically we develop mobile games where you blow things up and have a lot of fun. These are typically social games that you play with your friends and so on. And what we're seeing right now, which makes this year very special for Nitro, is that this category on mobile is growing a lot. And there's a lot of new opportunities in this category on the mobile games market as of now. And we have a great team and a great portfolio of fantastic new games to match this opportunity. So that's why we're feeling so good right now. And today we're going to learn more about our team. We're going to learn more about what's happening on the marketplace and what opportunities we have and are seeing moving forward, as well as we're going to talk about games, because when it comes to Nitro, it's all about games as we're a games company. But let's first begin by having a look-see about what's happening on the mobile games market. So gaming in general is a very hit-driven business, and that's especially true when it comes to mobile gaming. So when we talk about mobile gaming, we typically talk about smartphones, and we typically talk about free-to-play. What that means in practice is that our customers are out there globally. Our customers download our games for free from the app stores. The whole value chain is 100% digital, and our customers pay for digital goods we often call as in-app purchases, or they get exposed to digital advertising and we get some small share of the revenues that way. But majority of our customers are enjoying our products for free. This basically is part of the whole free-to-play mobile gaming ecosystem and the very data-driven nature of the whole thing, where success is very binary. Most of the games in this business fail. They fail to be scalable, they fail to be profitable, and thus they end up being killed at one point sooner or later. That said, the ones that succeed are the ones where you typically see the hockey stick generation. And that's the reason why there's so many companies out there, so many games out there seeking to succeed in this marketplace, because when you actually succeed, that's when you have the unicorn stories and big hockey stick success stories happening. And overall, the mobile games market as of last year, it's more than $70 billion in revenue, again growing steadily and anticipated to meet the plus $100 billion in revenue in the next few years. And a little bit more than half of these revenues come from iOS, so iPhones basically. And what makes us and our market positioning so interesting right now is that if you look at the mobile games market, you can look at it in so many different ways, but the way we look at it is that you have this mid-core segment, which is basically games for gamers, games for people who play games as a hobby. And shooter games are within this segment. And as of last year, we saw a lot of growth in the category. Almost 10% of the revenues on iOS in United States came from shooter games specifically. They are currently the fastest growing category within this mid-core, generating already more than $2 billion in net revenues. This means that there's already tens of titles out there with tens of millions of downloads and some millions in revenue, as well as few really big hits that have already kind of like solidified their place on the market. This means in practice that what we are looking at right now is the beginning of a next big wave in mobile gaming. We believe that this is only the beginning of a next big thing happening in the mobile gaming space. And we have seen things come in waves as time goes by. And the nature of the mobile gaming is that every new wave is always bigger than the previous big thing. And we believe that this is what's currently starting to happen in the category of shooter games. And that puts Nitro into a fantastic position, as that is the niche where we focus on. We're 40 people in 2 studios in Finland. We have such a strong team and a dedicated focus into this category for a few years now already. And Nitro in general, we're a multinational team. We're a group of people from all the best companies out there. We have the full 360 degrees capabilities, all the way from game development to game publishing and to the live operations and servicing of the games. And in addition to our internal team, we also have a global network of external development partners, which gives us scalability and cost efficiency to have a portfolio strategy. And last year, we put a heavy emphasis on our team, as we believe that our team is our most valuable asset. I'm super proud to have the luxury to work next to some of the best people in this industry. And last year, we were successful in strengthening our team with a lot of new key hires for key positions. We hired some people for design positions and production positions and so on, and gained so much of new understanding, people with experience on how to manage these things in big scale in other companies and all these things. So I believe that right now the team here in Nitro Games is, if not the best, then one of the best teams on this planet doing shooter games on mobile that hasn't succeeded yet with big time. And we believe that that success is coming closer and closer day by day. And if we look at the sort of foundation we have, which is all about our dear shareholders, there's definitely one big thing that happened last year, and that is when Nordisk Games became a leading investor in Nitro. They are represented in our cap table under Egmont Holding. And what this meant for Nitro, in addition to the strong capital injection, was that we now have a leading investor that supports our long-term strategy. They support our long-term strategy of and vision of becoming a household name in the category of shooter games. And that is supported by the fact that within their investment, within their family of companies, there are already several companies who have been succeeding in this category of shooter games on other platforms. And I'm happy to say that some of these people have, as a result of this investment, also joined our board of directors. Like, for example, Pim Holfway, who is the CEO of Avalanche Studios in Sweden. That's a studio known for producing some of the best shooter games experiences in this business on PC and console. And what we're seeing now in the marketplace is that a lot of these IPs and brands and games from PC and console are looking for ways to enter mobile gaming. And Pim just happens to know everybody in this business on that front. Then we have Mikkel Weider, who is the CEO of Nordisk Games. He sits directly in our board. Then we have my co-founder Antti Villanen, who is one of the industry veterans here in Finland. He sits in our board of directors. And then a guy called Johan Biel, who is our chairman and represents the sort of Swedish investor ecosystem, so to speak. So I'm really happy with how the investment by Nordisk Games during the second quarter last year has transformed our board of directors, our thinking, and our ability to focus on our long-term strategy. And what that strategy means in practice is our approach with a portfolio mindset. Nitro is not one-hit wonder. We're not a company dedicated to focusing on and developing one single product. So Nitro doesn't live or die with a product. Nitro is something bigger than that. And this is super critical in the business of free-to-play mobile gaming, where most of the game projects fail, and they will never see the light of day as commercial scalable products. And for this purpose, our approach is that we have developed a model where we take advantage of our shared technology, our data-driven approach, together with our portfolio strategy, where we build several games, taking advantage of the same data points, same learnings, same technology, to maximize our chances of success, while at the same time minimizing the risk that's built into this business where we operate. This means that in our portfolio, we develop games based on our own IP. These are typically things where we carry all the risk, we finance the whole thing, but that's also where we have the biggest upside potential in the end. Then we have things we do with licensed IP. These are things where we acquire some IP that's bigger than something you build out of scratch, and you expect leverage in discoverability as a result of that. Then from time to time, we also do things with some of the biggest and best companies in this business by offering our expertise as a service. This is a business where we gain obviously short-term revenues, which helps us to stabilize the business, but we get access to a lot of learnings from these bigger partners when we work with bigger companies than we are. As well as quite often we have some upside in the end should the project succeed commercially in the long run. And this all is possible by our shared technology that we call Nitro platform. And this data-driven approach is something that means that we are working on several projects very early on in the life cycle. And as we move forward, we want to identify, based on the data, the ones that have the best potential on the marketplace with actual customers. And then those are the titles that we focus on. And that's how we build our portfolio. And if we look at our portfolio, first thing that I want to talk to you about is a game called Lootland. This is something that we've been working really heavily on during the second half of last year. And Lootland is in our production phase, where basically it means that we are preparing the game for an upcoming soft launch, while at the same time we have already done and are doing tests on the marketplace with actual customers, but in a smaller and limited scale. Lootland is a shooter game which is very casual approach. What I mean with that is that this is a game that you play in a vertical mode. You basically have your thumb on the screen and you don't need two hands to play, so it's very easy to approach. But at the same time, it offers a super deep and long-lasting experience through the very complex metagame design, as well as the fact that in Lootland, you play together with your friends. So Lootland takes advantage of our Nitro platform technology, where we have done a lot of multiplayer games in the past. And in this game, you have 3 people playing together in a very easy to approach setting, completing quests as they move from one world to another. And this one is something that we're super excited about at the moment, as we believe that we have some interesting things happening with the game moving forward. In addition to Lootland, I'm super proud to say that our game portfolio has expanded recently. End of last year, we announced something really big. We announced that Nitro has signed an exclusive license to the Nerf brand with Hasbro, and that we are working on a new mobile game utilizing this brand. And we are looking to get that game into soft launch later on this year. And this is something that we believe is a fantastic opportunity for Nitro, not just because Nerf is a billion-dollar brand with more than 50 years of history, but because it's a hot brand at the moment online, and we believe it will be even more hot as time goes forward. Basically, when you look at the category of shooter games, you already have some IPs on the market like Call of Duty, for example, which is known from PC and consoles. You have games like Fortnite, you have games like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG often called, and so many other things. But what you don't have is something that's, how to say it, very easy to approach for all the cultures out there, very easy to approach from the point of view that you can have families playing together. Something that's super mobile friendly, because everything on this platform is supposed to be non-sexist, non-political, non-racist, non-violent, all those good things. And the Nerf brand is exactly that. Everybody knows that they are toys that you can play with and have a lot of fun and nobody gets hurt. And that's what we're bringing on mobile. And with this brand, we believe that we're able to tap into a unique audience that already exists online. There's a lot of these YouTube communities with millions of subscribers and billions of video views already existing. But what those guys don't have is a game. And why they want that game, that's because when you look at the North American market, you have guys like me, plus 35-year-old male who have had these things as toys when they were kids. Now suddenly they have disposable income and they're in position to collect these toys, not as toys, but as collectibles. So you have people with credit cards with a habit of spending on this brand. At the same time, these guys might have kids. I have 2 boys myself who love these things. They are so young, pre-teenage maybe, that you don't want them to get exposed to too much violence or anything like that. But that's where you can score the schoolyard win. Those kids spread the word and play everything their friends play. And this ecosystem that's already online and already focusing on this brand, that's how you can spread the message. So we believe that this game is something fantastic where we're tapping into a whole new opportunity in this category on mobile gaming and building something truly new that hasn't been seen before. Then the next thing, we have a dull orange box, which is new game unannounced. That's going to remain as a secret, at least for a little while now. So we have a new mobile game that we started last year. This is based on Nitro IP, and this game is currently in pre-production, and I'm very, very much looking forward to be able to talk more about this as we move forward. Then the next box is a Snap game. We just a few weeks ago announced a big thing. We announced that we are developing a game for Snap, which is a company best known for their social media app called Snapchat. And Snapchat is insanely big. Snapchat is a new platform for gaming. It's basically an instant messenger app where you have selected invited game developers producing game content that you can play without any delays, any downloads, and enjoy with your friends in a social context. And Nitro has now started to develop a new title for Snap, and we're very much looking forward to this new rollout because this is a prime example of the type of new opportunities that we see for Nitro when the category of shooter games keeps expanding. Nitro gets more and more known about being a player dedicated to this category, and that will build more and more of these type of avenues when we can take our expertise to new platforms and seek new business avenues. And this is a fantastic opportunity for us because now we're in a position where we believe we are well funded, we are well positioned with a long-term mindset, and we are able to do these type of deals where we don't focus on the upfront fee, but instead of the revenue share in the back end. So very much looking forward to announce this title moving forward and then show it to everybody that what it's going to be in the end. And then last but definitely not least, we have a box that's a service business project. I know that sounds dull and boring, but this is something we can't talk too much about yet. But what this is part of our strategy where we sell our expertise to bigger companies out there. This is a project where Nitro is selling development services for a US-based mobile games publisher, and the order value of this initial agreement is 200,000 euros. The beef here is that obviously we get to work with somebody bigger, and we're seeing certain strong synergies with our own roadmap and goals for this year with this one. So again, looking forward to maybe being able to talk more about this moving forward as well. Long story short, when we started this year, we didn't have a big portfolio like this. As of now, towards the end of the first quarter, we already have 4 titles in our portfolio and some new exciting projects. But moving forward, I anticipate that there will be even more. What we're seeing right now is a birth of a new category on mobile already taken place during the last year and maybe the year before. What we're seeing is that birth has now kind of like started to grow and first successes have already taken place, but the big wave is about to come. And we believe that we're super well positioned to take advantage of this big wave in shooter gaming on mobile. And that's why we're seeing a lot of increasing interest towards Nitro in our business development. And we believe that we're on a good roll now, on a good swing, and these opportunities will materialize in the further opportunities, new projects to work on. And thanks to our scalable development way, where we have our professional team in Finland, 40 people in 2 studios, plus a network of global development studio partners, we have the capacity to actually take these projects in. And then when we look at this year versus the bigger roadmap, we have this gives you a sort of a picture in your head about what to expect moving forward. We listed Nitro in Nasdaq First North Growth Market in Stockholm in 2017. The first few years, we built our team, our tech, our portfolio, overall our capabilities. And then last year, we scored Nordisk Games as a leading investor in Nitro, which helped us to deliver the next phase, focus on our long-term vision. We want to be a household name in the category of shooter gaming. And right now we're seeing that this category is going into a direction which is very much favorable for Nitro and allows all these fantastic things happen, like scalable growth, building a portfolio of these games, and building shareholder value. And our job this year is to work on our new game portfolio, start up new game projects, and release existing projects to the market. So that concludes my presentation today. Overall, I would like to say that it's very happy times being in Nitro Games at the moment. I think we're on a good swing. What's happening on the marketplace is a good fit for Nitro, and I believe that we're really well positioned to take advantage of that moving forward. And this is even further supported by the fact that we just announced a fundraise of 35 million Swedish that we expect to get resolved like by the extraordinary general meeting on Thursday this week. So good times. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jussi. That was very interesting. You are really working in an increasing market now. Can you, before we start to go into details, could you please repeat for me and for some of the audience that might not be really into this sector that you're acting in, what is actually your business model? Can you just describe
yes,
how are you earning money? And
yeah, so Nitro makes money in two ways. We develop mobile gaming software that we then publish through these digital distribution channels for mobile phones, that being the iTunes App Store or the Google Play Store on Android phones. And our customers then download our games and they pay for digital goods. We call it in-app purchases. Typically, these are power-ups or digital costumes they can wear in games or anything in between. And then the other way for Nitro to make money is that we sell our expertise, basically our developers and people in our publishing team, or license our technology to bigger game companies out there. And that's how we make shorter term revenues typically.
Thank you. And you mentioned that in your report, and you also mentioned it here in your presentation, you have 3 projects ongoing and that you're expecting them to be launched in during this year. When are they likely to, which of them will be released first, would you say?
Firstly, a quick correction to that, because after the report, we've already announced some new ones. So now it's 4, not 3 anymore, yes, because a lot of things are happening in Nitro right now. But we are expecting to roll things out step by step. We have a very data-driven process where we want to make sure that we do the right thing at every step. So we're not looking to roll out everything at once, but more like step by step. And the first thing coming out from the pipeline is definitely Lootland.
Yes, thank you. At the end of the year, you had a big breakthrough announcing a deal with the global entertainment company Hasbro. Am I pronouncing it right? Yeah. And you're developing a mobile action game with the exclusive license to the giant Nerf brand. That's really nice. Could you mention a little bit about your expectations for this deal? What will come out of it?
I'm super happy with the deal overall. I think it's, for a company in the scale of Nitro Games, it's a fantastic opportunity. I don't think you see these type of deals too often from companies who are still somewhat small in scale, like what Nitro is as of now. So for us, it's a really huge opportunity, to be honest. But that said, I think it's a perfect fit for our strategy. It's a perfect fit for our vision and our capabilities that we have. And we are super excited about this, but at the same time, we want to keep our heads cool that no matter how great it is, it's still just a one game in our portfolio. And we have a portfolio strategy where the company and the team are much more important than any of the single projects we have.
Yeah. And I think you said that you're super happy, you're super proud. And I think the stock owners, the shareholders, were very happy in February when you told the market that you signed an agreement with Snap regarding the new game to the Snapchat platform.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit what can we expect? You said that you will soft launch this Snapchat game during this year, but that's the soft launch. When will the hard launch be available?
I think with Snapchat, the approach is somewhat more straightforward than on the other platforms. So you can expect the actual hard launch to happen pretty soon after the soft launch. Okay. The reason for that being that Snapchat is an sort of exclusive invite-only platform where you don't have tens of thousands of mobile games in the store for the customers to choose from, but you have selected few available, which means that for us the whole testing phase is much more straightforward than in the bigger app stores we've operated in the past. Okay. But at the same time, there's an insane amount of users on the Snapchat, so the sort of upside is a lot bigger for us, we believe. Okay, and talking about the shareholders, when can they estimate that you will be break even and cash flow positive? That's a question we get a lot.
I wonder why.
Indeed.
No,
indeed.
But what can you say to?
Well, I think the correct answer to that is that Nitro doesn't do financial guidance, so we can't give a specific forecast. But obviously, we are on our way towards working our way to increase our revenues while taking good care of improving our EBITDA and taking this company to a healthy position that's scalable in the long run. And we believe that with our portfolio strategy and with the approach where we do business with partners and with our own titles, that's the way for long-term scalable, profitable success. Okay. But the exact timing we'll have to see.
Of course. Thank you so much. But you had a new, the largest shareholder is now Egmont Holding.
Yeah.
Nordisk Film Games. They are now the largest shareholder since last year. Did that in any way change your company?
I think it didn't change the company in any negative way, because why they joined Nitro is they wanted to support the vision that we already have. But the positive change I've seen and I've been talking about is that they helped us ourselves to become better. I think the investment by Nordisk Games was so much more than money. It was really veteran industry people joining Nitro.
They opened doors, or in what way? Or?
Both opening doors and helping us to focus more on the long-term success. Like we made a lot of business critical decisions last year, which short-term last year were really difficult, but now this year are super good. So those decisions are the reason why we're now in such a strong and happy place.
Okay, nice to hear. You talk with great enthusiasm about things about responsibility, about non-racism, non-sexism, and not too much violence in your games. These can we call ethic guidelines. Is this something that you can also make money from, or is it more for your heart and the ability to sleep well at night?
It's definitely more for business reasons, to be honest. Obviously, the sort of ethical side of it and the fact that you sleep well when you know that you're doing the right things is a bonus. But it comes from the business side, to be honest, because what we're seeing is that the whole society and culture is developing into the right direction, if you ask me, where we are becoming more and more equal as human beings, regardless of where we come from, what our religion might be, what sex we are, what age we are, and so on. And all this obviously must reflect in games as well, because they're just a medium for a culture. And we believe that that's the direction that is going to be the most lucrative in the long run. And that's the direction that the platform holders are supporting, like Apple and Google as well. And that's why we believe that it makes the perfect business sense for Nitro.
Okay, I'm very happy that we have a question from the audience. Why is Heroes of Warland paused?
The reason for that is simply put that we did not see big enough business potential in the game. So we decided that we want to stop spending our time and money and our resources on the project. The more detailed sort of challenge and problem with the game was that the data-driven KPIs, how we analyze our titles and make the decisions whether we see enough potential in them or not, they did not scale up and they did not meet the requirements we have in the end.
Okay.
Nitro is in the business of making scalable, profitable, large-scale games. And if we see something that's not going to be that big, we don't want to work on it. We want to be very selective in a positive way.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the competition? Who are your worst competitors?
I think in the case of our market status, it's somewhat difficult to say because every game has a little bit different competitive games.
So it's diversified a little bit.
Yes, yes. And then there's like, hundreds of new mobile games released every single day. So the landscape changes all the time. So we don't have like a nemesis in a sense that this would be the competitor for Nitro, but that status changes basically on a monthly basis.
Okay. And my last question regarding your directed new issue. How will the cash be used?
The cash will be used to support the further development of our game portfolio. So I presented today those 4 games and the one additional project, which we haven't spoken too much about yet. So we want to do more things like that. And that's where we will need the money. So it will go into game development, business development, and marketing. Okay.
Thank you so much. And good luck with all your fantastic projects and keeping the world more epic. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Jussi Tähtinen, CEO of Nitro. Have a good one.